Paying taxes feels like you're just throwing money away. It can especially feel like you're just throwing money away when you could be paying a lot less in taxes every year. No one wants to pay more in taxes than they have to. This video is going to show you how you can save thousands of dollars less in taxes every year with some pretty simple tips and tricks. So let's get started. Learning about taxes is not fun, but saving money definitely is. Usually there's buzzwords being thrown around when talking about taxes. But we're going to keep this video as simple as possible. That way everyone can learn some tips. The best way to save money on taxes is using pre-tax dollars in order to buy things that you were going to buy anyways, such as medicine, doctor's visits, parking, transportation, daycare, and investments. Pre-tax dollars just means it's the money you receive from work before you pay any taxes. Using pre-tax dollars can potentially save you 20 to 40% come tax season. So the name of the game is moving as much of your salary into pre-tax dollars to pay for items that you were already going to buy. It's very simple to do so, and most employers already have programs in place to help you. Plus, the programs give you a debit card, so it's very convenient to pay for these expenses and only takes a few minutes to set up to save thousands of dollars each year. We will also walk you through a real-life example at the end of the video so you can see how you can save thousands of dollars with just a couple simple steps. There are three main buckets that you can save money on taxes between your employer program, investments, and other. First up, let's talk about the ways your employer can save you money on taxes. Say every year, do you usually go to a doctor's a couple times a year, have contacts, daycare for your kids, take public transportation, or even go to a dentist cleaning each year? Like myself, I do all of these, and if you do any of these, make sure to take advantage of these programs your work offers. Most employers have programs through work where you can put your pre-tax dollars to buy things you're already going to use throughout the year. These programs include medical, transportation, and investments. I personally sign up for all three of them through my work. A lot of them are very simple to set up and automated, so you really don't have to worry about any of it once it's started. This also means there's no excuse not to do it for yourself. I take public transportation all the time, so through work they gave me a debit card right here that I use pre-tax dollars from my paycheck to take train rides to and from work. You can also use the debit card to pay for parking, buses, trains, and even Ubers and Lyfts if you're doing a split fare. And this could really add up at the end of the year in some nice savings. Another great option for people who have kids or dependents, you could use the pre-tax dollars for dependent care for your kids before and after school care, daycare, preschool, day camp, and even elderly care may be included. And you can put up to $5,000 into this each year. For the pre-tax medical account, you can use the money to pay for your doctor's visits, prescriptions, ER visits, or anything medical related, which also includes contacts, glasses, dentists, and there's also a special website online where you can buy all these personal items such as sunscreen, creams, toothpaste, moisturizer using your pre-tax dollars. Depending on what kind of health insurance you have through work, whether it's a high deductible or a standard plan, allows you to choose between these two options. First is an FHA account, which is what I personally use since I have a PPO health insurance plan through work. The IRS allows you to exclude up to $3,200 worth for medical each year. One big item to note with your FHA is if you don't use all your funds, you will lose at the end of the year. So you want to plan out how much you think you'll spend throughout the year. However, if you have a high deductible insurance plan, you can use an HSA healthcare plan. And as of 2024, you can contribute a little bit over $4,000 yourself or up to $8,300 for a family. Not only do you have the advantages of paying less in taxes, but you can actually invest that money in your HSA account while you're not using the funds. So your money is making you money while it's just sitting there. The last employer benefit has to deal with your 401k. Any money that you contribute into your 401k from your paycheck will decrease the amount you pay in taxes every year. And as of 2024, you can put up to $23,000 into your 401k. Now that we covered most of the ways you can save money through your employer, let's talk about some ways you can save money on taxes through your investments. First is funding an IRA retirement account. Any contributions will deduct how much you pay in taxes at the end of the year, depending on how much you make in your salary job. Another investment option is saving for college and setting money aside for your child's tuition. You can make contributions to a 529 plan, which is a savings account operated by the state or educational institution. You can't deduct your contributions on a federal income tax level, but you can on a state level. The last investment idea is with tax loss harvesting, which basically means just selling off your investment for a loss. So say for example, you bought Apple stock and you're down $4,000. You could then sell that stock and write it off as a loss, which would mean you'd pay less in taxes. Lastly, any charitable contribution or deductible, even if it wasn't made in cash. So whether you're donating old clothes, old sporting gear, household items, you could use all of those things to lower your tax bill. You want to make sure that the items you do donate to a charity, that you do keep the receipts. And this only applies though if you're taking the itemized versus taking the standard deduction. Now, all these examples sound great, but are they actually worth doing? How much money can you actually save in taxes each year for doing just a few of these simple ideas? Now, let's walk through a real life example of someone, say, making $100,000 from their job with them not using any pre-tax dollars at all versus someone that is using some of the pre-tax dollars that we discussed throughout this video. The difference is shocking.
For this example, we have two different people, person A and person B. Both of them are making $100,000 before taxes with their job. Person A isn't taking advantage of any of the pre-tax dollars, so after the standard deduction, their taxable income, the money that they pay taxes on, is $86,000, which comes out to be a little bit over $14,000 for federal and a little bit over $4,000 in Illinois state tax, which in total is just over $18,500 in taxes owed. For person B, with making small adjustments with using pre-tax dollars, say for their 401 investment through work or an FSA account for medical expenses, transportation, and daycare, in total, person B would be using over $15,000 in pre-tax money to spend on items they would have already otherwise. That means their taxable income, instead of paying taxes on $86,000, is around $71,000, which means it's a smaller total to be taxed on. So after all the pre-tax dollars, person B is only paying a little bit over $14,000 in taxes. And the difference between the two is huge.
Only using a small handful of the items we talked about in this video ended up saving $4,000 on taxes. So what are you waiting for? Start saving money on your taxes today. If this video helped you out, please help us out by smashing that like button and sharing with a friend. If you would like to see a separate video on how to pay less taxes as a contractor, a 1099 job, or a business owner, leave a comment down below. I'm not a CPA, and I would highly recommend talking to your accountant for advice, especially for what works best for your situation. Feel free to check out this video right here that has been hand selected by YouTube and recommended for you. I'll see you guys in the next one, and this is Kevin, your financial tutor, signing off. Peace.